سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم قل رب زدني. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وإذ ابتلى إبراهيم ربه بكلمات فأتمهن قال إني جاعلك للناس إماما قال ومن ذريتي قال لا ينال عهد الظالمين. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. So in these ayats, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings a further dimension into the dialogue, or a sort of final chapter, you could say, of the dialogue of the history of Bani Israel and their continuous favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala met with their continuous abstinence. And of course, we've been mentioning again and again, and it's been highlighted again and again, that they consider themselves the chosen people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that He chose them. But He chose them for specific purpose, to be manifestations of His submission, of His obedience, of Islam. And they had been the representatives of Islam, actually, up until the advent of the sending of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where they were supposed to be. And they used to always, bring up this point that we are from the progeny of Ibrahim. We are the sons, we are the Bani Israel, we are the sons of Israel, the sons of Ishaq, the sons of Yaqub, who is the son of Ishaq, the son of Ibrahim. So, what exactly was the deen of Ibrahim? And what was actually the favor? Now, being favored is not really the fundamental aspect of being favored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not being from a particular progeny. It's about criteria. It's about action. It's about belief in action. Yes, the selection was from a particular progeny originally. It initiated from, for example, the selection of Bani Israel, the children of Israel. But they were selected for a particular portfolio. They were selected for a particular purpose, for a particular reason, particular actions. If they carry it out, then they remain chosen. And if not, then that choice will carry on and it will be transferred to others. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, this whole concept of what was the concept of choice and who exactly was Ibrahim alayhi salam and what exactly was his religion, what exactly was his mission, and who actually has the right to claim that they are his followers. So this is quite a long discussion, and though the ayat is one ayat, very succinct, but a huge amount of information is being alluded to, and so we'll probably be taking quite some time to explain all that we find under this heading. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذ ابتلى إبراهيم ربه بكلمات. So remember and make a mention, and we should reflect, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put to test and trial Sayyidina Ibrahim. And who put him to test, to trial? His Rabb. Not only his creator, but his mentor, his coach, the one who was developing him from stage to his completion and perfection. So this was not, a test to find out what is the intellectual capacity and whether the subject matter is understood. It's actually a test of development. It's a process of development to bring Ibrahim to that pinnacle of perfection and to make him thereafter the guide for humanity. And it's interesting that the word Rabb is used here. It didn't say Ibtalahu Allahu. Ibtalahu Allahu Jalla Jalla. Ibtalahu Rabbuhu. His Rabb gave him this test and trial. So this concept of rububiyyah, this concept of tarbiyah, this concept of development, that was the purpose of this whole examination and test. Bikalimatin, by some words. Virtually, literally it means by some words. So what are these words? Various injunctions, various orders. And inshallah we'll take several sessions to explain what the ulama have mentioned in regards to these various orders which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted and actually tried and nurtured and developed Ibrahim alayhi salam, through these. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, قَالَ إِنِّي جَعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا. I'm going to make you an imam, a guide for all of humanity. So Ibrahim alayhi salam mentioned, قَالَ وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي. And what about from my progeny? Would they also be aimma? Would they also be guides for humanity? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answers, قَالَ لَا يَنَالُ أَهْدِي الظَّالِمِينَ. My promise and my selection is not going to connect to those people who are the people of dhulm, the people of tyranny, the people of disobedience, the people of injustice. So those who are just and tyranny from your progeny, yes. Those who are not, no. So the criteria, it's not about being simply from a particular heritage or a progeny, it's about being free from injustice, being about justice and being about obedience. So as I mentioned, we have a lot of discussion here, inshallah, so we'll be carrying this on for the next, I don't know how many days, inshallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all tawfiq and give us the ability to absorb these lessons. Number one, to understand these lessons, to be able to explain them, and also to be able to absorb them and implement them. Ameen thumma ameen wa akhir da'wana. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.